Welcome, everybody. My name is Dan C. Bearded. This is the Mayor. Mayor, how you doing?
Really good. We've had a good week, I think, with the channel. So we're flying high, ready to do Beard Advice Live. Welcome, guys. If you are here for the first time, say hello in the chat. Guys, be nice. Say hello. We're always pretty nice here, aren't we?
I think truly always nice, supportive, welcoming. And I think that it takes some experience for people to realize that and to see that difference. So as we said, this is Beard Advice Live. This is a show where people send in pictures of their beards. They do a little write-up and they say their goals. They say their beard problems. They give us updates on how it's going. And we, myself, the Mayor, the chat, we give advice. They can take it, they cannot. But we've had a proven track record of being pretty reliable with our advice and making some great improvements for people that end up using it. And it is 100% free. We have never charged. This is episode 119, and we have helped multiple beards on every single episode, usually in the ballpark of about 8 different beards. So we are probably over the threshold of helping 1,000 beards on this show.
And growing.
No doubt. And as you guys come in, if you could, whether it's now or in the future, just hit a thumbs up on the video to show YouTube that you like it.
If you know you like it, hit it now.
Right. And you can change it later. You can come back and make those adjustments. But drop a hello in the chat, whether it's Brandon T, who we got to meet in Dallas, or Ross, or Judd the Stud, Devin. We got True North, Daniel, Jason, Robert. Welcome, you guys. I'm excited. This is going to be a good show tonight. Mayor, we do have a couple traditions to hit right away.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I was going to try and squeeze it into the early part.
Yeah.
So here we are. We always treat ourselves to a soda pop.
I like it.
Typically Mountain Dew. That's
inclusive.
Regular Mountain Dew is our staple, and then we branch out occasionally. Today we branched out, and it was one of those days, or the rare day, where I wasn't aware that this version of Mountain Dew was out there.
Yes, I am excited. And Lance, welcome to the channel, man. You're in the right spot. We appreciate you being here. We have some dudes in the chat actually from Hawaii. So you're not alone, my man. Welcome, Dan, Tyler, Ryan. But yeah, we have a Mountain Dew. It is a treat for it. Literally, I crave it and look forward to it like a treat.
Yep.
It's not, I know some people treat soda pop as just like a part of their day, part of their routine. I look forward to it as a treat. And the Mayor hooked us up special tonight. Didn't even know this was out. What we're going to be trying tonight and feasting on, if you guys have tried this, drop a comment. We'll be doing the Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Mountain Dew Pitch Black, you guys. So this description is a dark citrus punch with other natural flavors. So
I'm interested in the dark citrus.
Yeah.
Because that's not a term we use in the oil and the scent world, really dark citrus.
Right.
I wonder if that's a
Chops,
really big orange.
We haven't tried it yet, man. Yeah, we just saying this is going to be a new one. It is like a purple color. So super excited on that one. And Ryan says pretty good.
In addition to the Mountain Dew, we also like to have beef jerky, a snack stick, things like that. Tonight, we are going with kind of a staple.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get us, they're a little bit surprisingly hot, but sometimes not.
Yeah, sometimes. I think we'll be all right with Dukes.
I think we will too.
Ones.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones.
Although you never know with me, right?
Right.
Sometimes I probably do it on purpose. You never know. Maybe I'm faking it.
Could be.
Just need a break.
Guys, as we have the spotlight, I am going to try this just because I am so excited about this one. Here we go, everybody.
And while you're trying that, guys, if you haven't checked it out, today was kind of a cool moment for me and the channel. We've been talking about me doing a trim video for a while. You guys have been asking about it. And my hesitancy with that was that I didn't have I kind of just hack away. Like I'll come at, every day I might look at it. I might for a week do things. Well, I got it down to a process and was able to put it into a video, do it in kind of a different, my style that I was comfortable with. And it went out today, and I feel like it over time will have some value. I've gotten a bunch of questions already from it, and I'm pretty happy to contribute in that way because I think it does. I think it's a piece that people have been looking for, like, how do I do it? How do I maintain? Because if you don't know how to keep it, you don't even really ever try.
Yeah, I thought the Mayor crushed it, guys, when he sent it to me. I was ecstatic with the style, the delivery. I thought it was an awesome video. Whisker says, fantastic video. JP says, great job in the trim video, Mayor. That is awesome. Russ just started watching it. Very cool. Bad Aim, yes, this is the stream where people send in pictures of their beards. Yep, we will be getting to those momentarily.
What do you think of Mountain Dew?
let me hit these questions, and then I'm ready.
Because I had a surprise response.
Okay. So Roger says, do you guys accept gift jerky? We do.
Oh, yes.
So it's not something we ask for. We're not begging for anything. But that actually used to be a big part of this show. I think it's one of those things that people, when they know it and see it, it becomes a thing. And then once it stops, you just don't know otherwise or you forget about it. So yes, it would be an absolute honor if anybody wanted to send us jerky. The only kind of stipulation is gluten-free is preferred. If it's not, only the mayor can have it, which is fine. That's better than nothing.
He gets mad though, guys. He doesn't say anything, but you know.
But I can't have anything. I have celiac disease. So how do we send it? Roger, reach out to me, man. Send me a message. I know you've sent me messages before. So send me a message. I'll send you the address, and it would be an absolute honor. Some of our favorite, actually, almost all of our favorite jerkies, we've been discovered by people sending them to us. Mm-hmm. So yes, please. We have actually had biltong that was sent to us from South Africa.
But, I mean, we would love to try your bill. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Absolutely.
Yep, for sure, man. I am excited. Dude's talking about beards, eating pepperonis, drinking Mountain Dew. That's right, man. That's where we're at. All right, and the mayor's gonna take that one. Is homemade jerky an option? If it's super legit, it's not usually my preference to be just straight up honest, because you don't know how somebody approaches stuff. But I have had a couple of them. My buddy Beard Swag, Michael Cribbs, he has sent some of the best. You probably forgot about that. Do you remember the jalapeno Dr. Pepper jerky?
Yeah, it was good.
That was some of the best jerky I've ever had in my life. So if you're like, yeah, dude, this is what I do. This is like known in the area, for sure. I would love to try it. What does gluten-free jerky taste like? Almost all jerky is gluten-free. The only time that jerky is not gluten-free is when they add an ingredient like teriyaki or certain soy sauces have gluten in it. So it's just usually about the sauce and the spice. Meat is inherently gluten-free, so you don't have to worry about that. How'd you get biltong from South Africa? You can't send meats into the U.S.? Shh.
Yo, cheeky chops, what are you trying to do?
Yeah. Are you the feds? Come on, man.
Chill.
Come on, man.
It's a family show.
What's your favorite type? Any animal? Beef.
Yeah.
We've done it all.
Highly.
We've done it all. We have done ostrich. We've done gator. We've done bison. We've done caribou. We've done it all. But
mushrooms.
We've done mushrooms. We've done chicken. We've done turkey. We highly prefer beef. That's just kind of our go-to. Yeah, Diablo. The Dr. Pepper jalapeno was amazing, man.
Duke almost just got me with the hot. I'm crying.
Oh, Mick, and I'm sorry to hear that, man. I am sorry to hear that. So yes, and guys, we do have a question segment on the show. We still got to talk about the Mountain Dew, but we do have a question segment on the show where we will star questions like this. But I will hit this question for you, Skywalker, since you asked here. I do have a video on this. I actually have two. If you want to look up Dancy Bearded Chlorine after the stream, you can find a good detailed video. But if you swim, understand a pool is horrific for your beard. It's one of the worst things you can do for your beard. But if you take steps to preparing it, it will definitely help you. I actually wrote a blog about this today. That's freaky time, literally today. So what you want to do is you want to pre-treat it by getting your beard saturated with fresh water, and then you want to coat it with beard oil like normal. If you want to add a layer of balm, butter, or wax, that's good too. Go into the pool, enjoy yourself, work out, have fun with the family, whatever you're doing. Afterwards, it is really important to do a stripping wash. You can do gentle or daily too, but a stripping wash to get all those horrible chemicals out. And then follow it with your best oil possible, the best one you have. And then you want to make sure that conditioner, stripping wash, conditioner, and then the best oil possible. And then I recommend a good solid beard butter to do after that one. And to clarify the mayor's statement when he said we did mushrooms, that was in the form of beef jerky.
Good gravy.
Yes.
Good gravy.
Usually the mayor has his middle school like radar on of things you can't say. That one slipped.
Yo, it's no.
I don't think we've tried goat. I'm not super interested in that.
Save the goat.
So yeah. I used to actually make pork jerky. I just got a little bit burned out on it. What's the cut of beef you use? I don't make jerky anymore. So I used to, but I don't make it anymore. Yep. Anybody try? Yeah, True North, we've tried both. Those are two of my favorites from them. Yep. Mayor found Pitch Black at Speedway, which is a gas station out by us. So yeah. Wolverine, yes, absolutely. I've considered doing a podcast. I've considered doing a podcast with this man. And there's just not enough hours in the day right now.
At this time.
Yep. Eventually, who knows? I think we could make an amazing podcast that people would enjoy listening to. But just right now, there's just not enough time. Ryan, you're welcome, man. I hope you guys know you're welcome to email me, message me any day, anytime. I will get back to you promptly with some good advice to the best of my level. So, yeah. My folks and brother live in Atlanta, and their jerky is next level. Yes, please. Mm-hmm. Yes, please, man. We would love that, right? Absolutely would love that. Leave-in conditioner, good option. Jesse, I would stay away from leave-in conditioner when it comes to the pool. I used to like that. I used to like that afterwards, but now I'm pretty firmly against it in that situation.
Because it tends to be a patch when you're putting that in. Anyways, what do you got?
Pitch Black, you said you had a surprise reaction. What do you got, guys?
Slightly disappointed.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me go back again. Tell them why you're disappointed here.
Not enough. Just kind of as a little bit... Kind of just not, it's like subtle. It takes some of the good part of Mountain Dew out without adding anything else.
It's missing the kick. It's missing the punch. Mountain Dew has like a bite to it. It like clears your palate, clears your tongue.
We've had way worse.
Yes.
Like the pink one.
Yeah, that was Major Melon or whatever. That was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
And then everybody just called me the Major for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yep. I eat vegan jerky. We've done vegan jerky, Roy. Yep. We've had mushroom vegan jerky on here, and then we had one other kind. We had I think it's called Louisville jerky, and that was the one that we had. So yeah, it's gonna get finished. It's gonna be enjoyed.
Oh, enjoyed for sure.
Yep, it's gonna be enjoyed. I've got some normal ones.
It's still got corn syrup in it, man. We're good.
I spent trying to find Pitch Black. Finally got after months searching, and it was good. Definitely not what I was hoping for. Yeah, it's the Yellow 5. Ken, don't be bringing us down with your dye talk in here, okay? Let us enjoy our horrible, poisonous bottle of 20 fluid ounces tonight, man. Come on. We know that it's bad. He said, I agree on my Dew. It's almost too sweet. It's definitely on the sweet side. Yep. Derek, I'm a fan of Baja Blast if I'm eating Taco Bell. It is a Taco Bell exclusive for me, always will be. Yeah, I do have rules.
But that's, you know how you enjoy life, right? That's how you enjoy your life, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is the mayor ever going to come out with some merch? You going to open up your own merch shop?
Maybe.
Who knows?
You know, the thing is, guys, we always have the real truth is value. What are we contributing? Are we doing things that are helping people that they're going to come back to? So, you know, the merch, I don't know. Maybe someday, some mayor top hats, maybe some vests.
Take it back, Ellie. Take it back, Ellie.
Yuck.
Oh, my goodness.
Sparkling water.
Hey, Mr. Food. Sparkling water.
Greater in my garbage can.
Hey, Scout PB, first time watching. That's awesome, man. And just so you guys know, we are live on this channel every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern for this show. I'm live by myself on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern, Command's Corner. We do beard product giveaways every single Monday. We do sales. We have a great time. We play some games. The mayor is live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, interviewing very interesting people titled Beyond Beard, because it's stuff that is beyond talking about beards. Expanding and growing and learning, and it's as the mayor kind of said on Sunday and in a reel on Instagram, this is the ground floor of that show. If you guys get involved on it, you're the people that discover the song before it makes the radio.
You're setting the rules, because I think we're gonna have fun with this show for the foreseeable future. I just see it has legs. There's just little you get a vibe from things, and I can see it fulfilling. I get little. When the chat is kind of throwing out things and you know it's sparked like, oh, this, or I remember that. That's kind of what this is, guys. We're beyond bearded, we can do whatever we want with, but what we really want to do is have conversations that are relevant to you, that maybe get you thinking, maybe just have a fun, interesting information.
Yep, absolutely. Ken is a teacher, so he'll know this term. Ken, I think I am diagnosing you unprofessionally/professionally with oppositional defiant. You are 100% that. Bad aim. How do you send in pictures, or where do you send in pictures to be on this show? The mayor's going to tell you that in a second, but I want to preface it by saying that tonight we can't do it on the fly. We have to set the show up. So if you send in now or until midway through the day on Wednesday of next week, you'll be on next week's show. We get you in that week unless it's like super close to the show time. But if it's during, we can't possibly do it. But Mayor, how does Bad Aim Gaming get on next week's show?
Could not be simpler. Send in a front-facing photo, a side photo of your beard, whatever you got, your stubble, your one beard hair, whatever you're doing, you send it in. We're gonna be nice to you, and we're gonna give you advice. In the description, in the email, just give us some highlight questions. Let us know what's going on. And like Dan said, that week you'll probably hear from us in an email, and you'll be on the show.
Yep. Larry's just dropped a knowledge bomb. He said a couple years ago they came out pitch black and it was grape flavored and it was great. Interesting that they came out with the same name. Yeah, it does not say anything about grape.
You know what? I think I thought it would be grape, and I'm disappointed because I like grape.
It's purple,
Right.
but I don't get any grapeness out of it. So interesting, Larry. Interesting. He said good diagnosis. Just kidding. I'll take that back. The diagnosis is devil's advocate.
I feel like you guys are fighting your own fight here.
Playful devil's advocate.
Banter.
So yes. Am I supposed to wear? Yeah. No Speedos in your send-in.
Shirts
pictures.
Are good. Required.
Shirts are great.
Required.
Yeah, shirts are great.
Unless there's a medical. No, just required.
Yeah, they are a great thing to do.
No asterisks.
So this is our show, you guys. Beard Advice Live. We will go through these. We do have a section in the middle that is dedicated to your questions. So if you have something, hold on to those. And if you put them in the chat during the talk, I will put a star on it and then we'll come back to it. But if you have them and you're like, oh man, I've been wanting to ask the mayor this, I wanted to ask Dan this is going to be the time for you to be able to do that. All right. You ready, Mayor?
I am ready. This is Wissam?
I would say Wissam.
First off, I want to thank you for all the great content that you have put out. I've learned so much about taking care of my beard. I'm 24 years old with Middle Eastern genes. This is the first time I have really attempted to grow out my beard. I started growing in August of 2022 and trimmed it several times, including hedge trimming. I have decided to stop trimming altogether to see my full potential.
Scuba trim.
My sides tend to flare out, as you can see. Would you recommend trimming them down or using heat differently? I blow dry every day, but I do not own a heated brush. I was trimming my mustache above the lip, but I have decided to stop doing that and try to use heat to push it to the side instead. Do you have any recommendations for the mustache? I am also very open to any other general advice you have.
Love that. And if you guys do send in, if you are comfortable with other advice or anything like that, I think it's a nice little thing to add at the end where something like somebody later today says, hey, hit me straight, I can handle it. We like that news. You know, we like to understand who can handle what, you know. Sometimes people are more sensitive, and that's okay too.
Like me.
All right. So we got Wissam here. And okay, Wissam, great beard, man. Great beard. Let's go over the problems that he has here. My sides tend to flare out. Would you recommend trimming them down, use heat differently? And then wants to know about his mustache and kind of general advice.
Well, as far as the sides,
yeah, go ahead.
you know what I'm thinking?
No.
Watch today's video.
Ooh.
To take the volume out because he's complaining about how
Pardon
big
me,
it is.
guys. Keep talking, man.
Okay, but the thing is, we got to talk about goals. Like, what is your goal? You know, if you're, you know, you could watch that video and trim right into like what I'm rocking more or less here, but that may not be what you're going for.
Right, for sure. A lot, I don't know if you're in the chat, my man, but a lot depends on your goals. If your goal is to have a beard like mine, don't touch it. If your goal is to have a beard like the mayor, go ahead and go crazy, man. Go ahead and trim into that. So he said, I've decided to stop trimming to my full potential, but then he asked about trimming later on. So if I'm taking this beard and you say, Dan, I don't want to touch it. I want to make the most out of what I have here. Wissam, man, your beard looks fantastic. The only thing that I would do on the beard is I would focus your area on this little dip below the chin. I would use a round brush in a blow dryer. I think that could make a really, really nice difference. If you look up my video that's super old but still valuable, like Dancy Bearded Dips or Dancy Bearded Waves, I think you'll be able to get that heat plus tension equals direction. We just gotta get that direction going against it. And I definitely agree. A heated brush can help. Your sides are shorter, so a heated brush can help. And I know for a fact that your mustache will be helped with that. But I also agree with Leo here. When you talk about flaring on the sides, maybe this is what you're talking about here. I think that's just a product of a bigger beard. I think as you grow, you're going to have more volume. You're going to have a little bit more outside, right, of the beard. It's not going to be stick straight and sticking to your face. So I don't actually see what you say there, but I'm not discounting it that you feel it and you see it.
Yeah, agreed. I don't see it as either. What I want you to take away from this, my message to you is that you have a ton of potential to whatever you want. You're a great grower. Dan's little advice on underneath the bottom lip, perfect. But then, again, you could have a fuller mustache if you want it, but it looks good now. So, yes.
Yeah. And I think Mike gives some good advice here. Maybe just a little bit more faded on the sideburns into the head hair. Yeah, that's a very small touch, but could make a really nice difference for him. And this show is amazing. Hey, so productive. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are literally just about helping people here. It's what we're about. The people that watch this, the people that know us, know that that's what we love. And this gives us a chance to be able to do that. Man, I appreciate you guys sending in. So awesome. Wissam, I hope that you were able to read all the comments in the chat. Such great feedback, such great support there. Thank you for sending in, dude.
This is Chris T. Been growing for about a year now, and I'm at the point where I seem to be stuck. I strictly use the GBS stuff, the wash, the oil, the balm, but it hasn't gotten past this point in a couple of months. Is there something else I should be working on into my regiment to get me past this point? Thanks in advance.
Awesome. And oftentimes, guys, just so you know, we don't like to include brands on this show, mainly because we're not selling anything. We don't want you guys having any kind of pressure, any kind of feeling. Like, this isn't a show about products. Monday night, all about products. I don't want you to feel pressure there either, but at least going in, you know, Dan's going to talk about beard stuff. He's going to have deals. He's going to have giveaways. We like to try and keep that away from here. But I left this one in because I think it is relevant. And you said that you feel like your beard is not growing and you only use one company. Everybody's beard is different. Everybody's genetics are different. But I believe the majority of beardsmen benefit from having more than one blend, especially of oil. I think it's important to rotate all products. I rotate my body wash, my head hair shampoo. I rotate pretty much anything because of something called the plateau effect. Your body gets used to certain traits and it kind of mutes it. It's like when you go nose blind to a certain smell. When a smoker does not smell cigarette smoke, that's just because they're going nose blind. I believe your body does that, and there is some science to back it up too, again called the plateau effect. Chris, I think adding in one or two other beard oils into your lineup will make a really nice difference in helping that beard. I really, really do believe in that. If I wear a beard oil, the same one, for more than like 3 days in a row, I feel it starting to go kind of stale in my body. My body gets bored. My body gets used to it.
Because they do a little bit of, they're just a little, you guys that are in the community, you know, each company, each oil, each carrier blend, it is just a little different. Like it fits into a different, it has a different characteristic that you love and enjoy. And man, do you notice it the first day, the second day. But yeah, if you don't switch back, you can't enjoy the other parts of the other companies.
For sure. Rob, thank you for that question, man. I have started. We will hit it at the halftime questions segment. And another one before we even see the picture, Chris. We'll see in a second here. But Wolverine says, add some biotin. If you feel like your growth rate has slowed down or stopped and you're not taking 10,000 mcgs of biotin a day, that could be a nice thing to give you a chance to boost it, to get that keratin pumping again, and it can really help out. And then we'll take a look at the beard, and then I might have some other perspective for you on this one. Awesome, Chris. So, Chris, first thing, this may be just simply a matter of perspective. When your beard is shorter, especially when it's going from like a stubble beard to the mare's beard, you see it change rapidly. You see massive differences. 1 centimeter difference is huge when you have a stubble beard. When your beard is your length, which is like 3 to 4 inches, a centimeter, you're not going to notice as much. So when it's called the law of proportionality, as your beard gets longer, you notice the changes less. But there are things that happen where your growth slows down. It's usually involving stress, diet, and exercise. The worse those three things are, the worse your growth is. And that's a fact. That's not even anything that's disputable. So if you're like, man, it's just not growing, like I said, add in another beard oil or two, try some biotin, make sure you're drinking enough water, and then focus on your overall health. And I guarantee that's going to boost that beard a little more.
True or false? The longer your beard gets, the more responsive to things like humidity it's going to be. So you may even feel that length added even harder. It might even be, if you're in an area where you're getting humid every day and it's kind of curling back up, the longer it is, I would think the more it curled, the more it would be tough to notice.
Yep, absolutely. And Leo's right there with me, says, water, sleep, good nutrition, less stress, a year of growth may not be most. Exactly. Take pictures, measure it, and just try to take care of yourself. I think that would be amazing. So yeah, just again, keep that in mind. And so to follow up on what I stated there, should I take a beard oil with different viscosity? I do highly recommend rotating through viscosities. I don't think anybody should be all thin oil or all thick oil or all medium. Different viscosities and different carrier blends. They all do something different. And as long as your body is getting those things, it's amazing. It doesn't have to be every day, you guys. It's not like vitamins. It's not something that should be used every single day in the same exact way. So yes, happy to clarify on that one, man. I really think that this can make a big difference for you. Yep, absolutely a big difference for you. Hey, bro, can you ask what he thinks of my beard? You can use a pic from earlier. Nope. So, hey, Whisker Whiskey, thank you, man. Donated the memberships. So this show, we have a structure for this, and it's not. This is not a show to rate beards. This is not a show to say, what do you think of my beard? This is a show that gives beard advice. So if you have questions like you did earlier and you want to be on the show, all you need to do is send in an email with those pictures to beardadvicelive@gmail.com and then put the write-up in there. What is your question? What's your problem? What's your goal? And that could help out for the show, but it won't be until next week. So yeah, we've had a few of those where people are like, hey, can you rate my beard? Which I know other platforms do and other people do. We're just not in that business. I would never feel comfortable rating or judging a beard. Every beard's different. Every genetic is different. Every preference is different. So who am I to say that your beard's not a 10?
That's why the competitions are tough for me too.
Yeah.
You know, because, oh man, that's cool, but so's that. That one's got an amazing coloration,
For sure.
and weighing all those.
For sure. At least in the competitions, they have clearly outlined criteria for the different categories, but it's still super subjective. And I've been a judge. I'm gonna be a judge coming up soon. So yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Even in your head, do you reward just random natural coloration over care and grooming and like. And then how much we know that guys can just have beautiful soft beards without even using beard oil. Luckily.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be bias in that no matter what, including myself. I like well-maintained beards. I'm going to be biased towards that over natural genetics. Joseph brings up a great point. He says, you see yourself every day and may not visually notice the difference. Absolutely, right? When somebody comes in, we saw my dad today for the first time in a while, and Sam goes, whoa, you look like you've lost a bunch of weight, Ted. And he was like, yeah, I mean, when you don't see somebody for a while, you notice those changes as compared to yourself. So yes, absolutely. I was on a while back with beard problem thing. Hey, send in, man. Absolutely. What criteria do you need to be a judge? Them asking you. Right. That's it. Whoever's hosting the competition, they will ask you. When I said criteria, I mean they have different categories. So a category could be styled mustache with full beard. And then the criteria is it needs to have a mustache that has a purposeful style. The full beard should be graded on its density, on its color, on the texture, on the shape. So they'll give you specific things to grade on. So they're fun. If you guys get a chance, we actually have a entry today about beard competitions. So I'm excited to go over that. We can talk a little bit more about that as well. All right.
This is Vinny. I need some good advice for getting rid of the waves in my beard that don't match up with the sides. The right side is not matching to the left side. I'm a true novice to the beard game. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. This is about a 3-month beard.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Vinny, for sending in. Welcome to the beard game, man. We got you.
Welcome.
Yeah. So I can ask advice in here? Of course. Yep. Trucker, we have a segment about halfway through the show where we take any and all beard questions, and we would be happy to go over them, for sure. Oh, really? I didn't see the Mayor's Trim? Yeah, Mayor's Trim video today, guys. Crushed it. What's up, Vado? Scott, I am going to star your question, and we'll hit that at halftime. Douglas, we got a good amount. We've got probably 8 or 9 entries today. So yeah, a good amount that we have. And grooming, I'm gonna star your question as well. We'll hit that one at halftime, and let's go ahead and take a look at Vinny. Hey, Vinny, how you doing, man? That's a beautiful beard. Beautiful, beautiful beard. All right, let's go back here. Bald and bearded, by the way. And so he says he has waves that don't match both sides, and it's not matching the right side. True novice in the game. Okay, and so he's talking about these waves here. Mary, you want to give him some advice on the waves?
Sure. There are 2 different things. We're gonna need to use some heat. Now you can use heat in terms of the blow dryer and a brush. I personally would recommend on the side, and I know it's a big leap for guys that are never like really worried about stuff like that, but a heated brush would get that wave out. A little water, heat it up to like 320, something like that. It'd be gone, and you would have that matching those sides you're looking at. Now, I will say, just the front picture, we don't really see it. I know that you do, but remember, guys, texture and beard, sometimes things are nuanced that we are noticing, and 95% of people aren't.
I agree. My advice, Vinny, and I'm someone who likes like I said, a well-maintained, a well-styled beard. I really like the texture of your beard.
Yeah.
Now, here's an important point, though. When people say, like, oh, man, that's a great beard. Oh, I love that beard. He says that it doesn't match his sides. So that I understand. I can relate to that. I can emphasize.
Oh,
my God.
I can't do it.
Oh, my gosh.
We're broken.
We're in our heads. I can have empathy.
Yes. Is that empathize? I can't. It's broken.
You like have to have a lisp when you say
it's
it.
It's a pitch black or something.
Oh my gosh. I can have empathy for your understanding there. The mayor is correct. You have, if you use heat, especially a heated brush, it's gonna work. And a key thing is find out what is causing that problem. I've said it a million times on this show specifically. You are probably sleeping on that side. You are probably sleeping on that side. So just keep that in mind.
Tucking a pillow corner in there or something. That's what I do.
If you can switch sides, that's the best of both worlds. If you can lay on your back, that's the healthiest. That's the best for you, for your beard.
Don't try sleep standing up. I tried that one.
I had to once.
Good for the beard, bad for your head when you fall.
True story. I swallowed a copper penny when I was a young lad, and I had to take that like chalk horrible like stuff where they had to take pictures of my insides, and I had to sleep in a bed strapped to it vertically so it could settle. Dude. I had to have pictures like every couple hours.
On the penny?
Yep. So true story. Had to sleep on a bed vertically strapped to the bed because I had swallowed a copper penny and I was going through copper. They were worried I was going through copper poisoning, and I wouldn't poop it out for like a week. I didn't want to go.
Did you refuse to, or you couldn't?
I have no idea.
You're like, I'm not doing it.
I have no idea. So, yeah, it's
refuse to make change.
Yep. Penny for your thoughts. That was my 1 cent for sure. Huh. So, Vinny, man, heat is going to be your answer. Another thing, Vinny, I will challenge you to, sir. I am challenging you. I want you to grow the middle of your mustache. I know you are buzzing the middle of your mustache and leaving the sides longer. It looks great. There's no problem there. But I do notice it. I do think it would be a level up of legendary if you let the middle of that mustache grow out. So I think that would be an amazing thing that would stop. Yeah, I was a penny pincher. Wow. That is a whole new twist on penny pincher. Chris, you win. Yep. The origin of the poop knife. Okay.
And there it is. That's the win.
The internet is undefeated. You guys are always undefeated. Oh my gosh. Vinny, thank you for sending in.
If not a bit childish. Someone had to say it.
I hope that helped you.
All right, this is Patrick D. I'm on week 6 of my serious beard growth journey, and your channel has been fundamental for me. All right, good clean cough there.
And Whiskers and Whiskey, thank you for those 5 gifted memberships, man. That means really cool. The world. That was super cool. That doesn't usually happen on this Wednesday show. It's not expected whatsoever. So thank you for that pleasant, positive surprise.
Super cool. I am looking for some perspective on the growth patterns at my neckline. My cheek grows down, but the hair around my neckline grows in the direction of my Adam's apple to my ear, causing it to curl out. I'm trying to train the growth by brushing it in the opposite direction, and it has shown some improvement in changing direction. But at the moment, it just ends up sticking straight out after brushing. Can training it by brushing it in this way get the job done, or will heat be inevitable? I am also wondering about down the road when the beard is longer and the trouble this growth pattern may cause once I start allowing the neck hair to grow with the beard. Side note, my tentative goal is to grow a beard to the point that I don't need to trim the neckline at all. Do you have any advice for me to address this? Should I be training in a different direction than what I am doing now? Also, open to any other general advice or comments on my beard. Thanks for everything you guys do for the bearded community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, we are going to take a look at the pictures, and then I'll come back and break it down here. And great pictures by Patrick, man. Thank you for sending in. Mayor, I want you thinking about the general advice for Patrick that he asked. And so this is what's going on with his underbeard. He's got this swoop-de-doop, followed by a whoop-de-whoop and a swoop over here. Swoop-de-doop, whoop-de-whoop, and a swoop. Make sure you guys get the lingo down. You will be quizzed later on that one. So essentially saying, hey man, I noticed that my beard is going in these directions. Can I brush it or comb it to train it? No. You will not change it, likely even for an hour with brushing or combing. Heat will work for the day, but this is your natural growth pattern. It is just simply going in that direction. He asked here very wisely, as it gets longer, will this be a problem? Do you anticipate it causing it? We don't know. I would love to tell you that heat and length and gravity is going to help you. It does have a nice little direction right there. I believe that direction's always going to be there at the base, but I believe that with a heat routine and with length, you will be able to train that. It won't even matter slightly until you get to like a probably 4 to 6 inch beard. Like the mare's beard would not be affected by that growth pattern at all. So
I just trimmed, man. Chill.
So that's a good thing. Like it's not going to impact you there at all. So for down the road, we won't know. But if you actually want to make a change, it would be that. So actually, here's a good question too, and I actually just discussed this yesterday with a professional barber. So a cowlick is one of the most overused terms when it comes to hair. A cowlick is something that makes the hair stick up like alfalfa, where it is in a hair and it has to be something vertical. What this is called is likely going to be called a swirl or a whirl. So it's different than a cow. Think of a cowlick. Think if a cow were to lick your hair, what it would do. And so this one would be a swirl or a whirl. And this, hey Matt, what's going on, buddy? This is a good question from Bearded Wolverine. He says, take the neckline lower. Yeah, and so higher would be up towards the jaw. Lower would be down here. If you're growing it out longer, Patrick, definitely let it go lower. Right now, you're fine because it's a short beard, but definitely let it go lower. That could help. That could make a really, really nice difference. A really nice difference. So, Mayor, any general advice?
Oh, so many things.
Perfect.
First of all, I want to clarify with you, Dan. You never touched your neckline, correct? Or what did you have in the beginning? And do you recommend that for guys in the early phases, and why?
I do. So okay. I did touch my neckline as I grew. I believe that as long as you don't see it looking straight on in natural conversation mode, I believe that you leave it alone. But if you're talking, you're just looking at the camera, and this is your neckline down here, I would clean that up. The reason why, that has nothing to do with supporting your beard right now. So as your beard covers it, let it lower naturally. And the main reason why is because those underhairs are the foundation of a strong beard. You can't see my hand here because of those neck hairs. If it was only my chin hairs, you would be able to see through my beard very easily. But that's all relative to your goal and your comfort level. So yes, great question.
When I look at his beard and I think about like versus my style, shorter beard, one of the things that I would really recommend is if you're trimming underneath the lower lip, let that go. You would be surprised by letting that go. It's going to get a little funky for a little while, but then it's going to be okay, and it's going to lay down and maybe give you more options, because once mine was able to be long enough, I could shape it. And so, for me, it's short. I can go pretty darn short. I can use clippers, and I can just kind of lightly get those same guys that you're talking about. They bother me too. I have those too. I think it's just kind of caused by my just the natural hair, like like when your neck goes down or when you're sleeping, they're pushing into each other and it just kind of messes things up. Nobody knows what to do. Teenagers, right? They're the
For
teenagers,
sure.
and so you can either let them go really long to where you don't really notice it, like down the road, or you can kind of just touch and go. And is it a look thing or a feel thing? I wonder sometimes.
Yeah,
with you,
that's a good question. And Matt's exactly right. A little bit of a funky look, which is not what you have, Patrick. We were talking about growing and comfort level, is totally fine too. It's your comfort level for sure. Matt has a legendary, epic, burly beard. I myself couldn't be comfortable. His mustache is massive. It demands respect, but it's just a ton, and I couldn't be comfortable with it myself. But I love that he is. I love that he rocks it. So yes, guys, and again, this is just baseline advice. Don't ever take anything we say as gospel. Don't ever take anything we say and not think of questioning it. We want you guys to question everything. We want you to think about your situation, your logic, your personal preferences. That really matters too.
And on the other side of that coin, though, we also will say we're gonna if we think something, if we believe it that's gonna be, then we're gonna say it that way too.
For sure.
So it goes both ways.
Would balm help? No, absolutely not. Nope.
That would make it worse.
Yeah, not in the.
It would just get in there and.
Yep, not in the slightest, for sure.
And he would be like a heated brush right through there real fast every day, and you wouldn't notice it.
Alex, I think you missed the part of the story where I said I was a young lad. I believe I was like 7. So.
Well, I do feel you're not suffering. You're over it?
I'm okay now. Yeah, I'm okay now. And guys, make sure you are live. I have a feeling that Alex is behind on that. How do you check if you're live? Tap your screen on a touch screen. Run the mouse over the screen if you're on a non-touch screen. And in the bottom corner, you're going to have the word live. If there's a red dot, you're good. If not, you want to refresh it. YouTube's playing ball today. Did you catch the part on Monday where literally we start the stream and YouTube just goes bananas? And this was not, I think when I say that, oftentimes people are like, yeah, right, it's technical difficulties. We pull up the down detector and it was like all day here, literally 9 p.m. went, boom, at least a 10x.
Yo.
Like YouTube shut down at 9 o'clock specifically for live streams. Specifically for live streams. So
wow.
Yeah, if you guys were in here on Monday, it's happened once before like that. But I've never seen the down detector go like this and then spiked at the exact start time for the show. It was horrible, but we got through it. Yeah, we got through it, man. It was not bad. So yes,
Alanis Morissette, ironic.
Yeah. Yep. Dan, is the growth pattern as far is the growth is
Dan?
Not sure what you're asking there, Nicholas.
Rephrase,
yeah, rephrase, please. Yeah, YouTube was brutal. It was, man. It was horrible. But we did it. We're here, guys. We made it.
We made it to Wednesday.
Yep.
This is Martin S.
Woo!
Trust no one. What to do to clean it up? Yes, need a haircut, so that will help a little with fading it in. But the sides seem to be wild. I'm committed now.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see this. And this is my guy, Mr. Martin. I've known him for about 20 years now and lives just down the road from me, which is so cool. Stud.
Dude, he's killing it.
Stud.
That's coming far.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Such a good beard, such good style. But he's saying, well, I need a haircut and it will help a little with fading in the side, but the sides seem to be wild. So, getting right to it, right here, Martin, straight on, notice absolutely nothing. Right here, absolutely nothing. On this specific angle, I do see what you're talking about. I see these hairs that are going outside being a little bit more transparent, being a little bit more on the outside there. Mayor, do you have a strong initial thoughts on this, or you want to punt first?
I want to hear it. I mean, it's very similar to what I did, what the video was. Like, he could just apply everything I did today and it'd be good to go.
It's a super similar style, yeah.
I think maybe before you touch any trim it's time to look at a heated brush. I can tell what you're going for. You're going to be the dialed in, amazing look. A heated brush would be a wise investment. It'd be, because you're talking about the sides, you're talking about just kind of widening out. One of the things that's tough with beards is it does widen your face out, so we're conscious of that. And so heated brush, huge difference, if not that. Then we start looking at maybe running a higher or a low number guard through or something like that.
For sure. Martin, if you do want to clean up these sides here, it is going to be done with, hey, Dave, it is going to be done, I would suggest, with a guard, unless you feel really comfortable with scissors. This would be actually a pretty simple scissor cut just to go right along. And the best way to approach it, if you want to make sure it's as tight and as clean as possible, is just follow the transparency, right? We call it the squint test. If you see this picture and you squint, you see the body of the beards right here. Just go ahead and just take it along that line, and that's going to look really nice and dialed in. The only thing I would say, make sure you're cautious of, is that it's proportionate to the front of your beard. I would hate to see it like cut way in here and then have the like goatee area jetting out. I would just continue it on and have it proportionate to a point. And what I mean by that, the mare's front of his beard, he likes a little bit longer than the sides, but it isn't something that's just cut here and then drastically jumps out. No. It's a nice, smooth transition.
Agreed.
For sure. And yeah, absolutely can't trim your way to a bigger beard, but he did talk about trimming. He did talk about keeping it, where he said it was wild. I would assume that he isn't going for the biggest beard possible. So yeah. And Nicholas clarified, is the circle looking hair under the chin like a pattern on head hair? On any hair. Yep, you can. I have those patterns on my chest hair. So yep, hair just grows in wild, natural patterns all over. So yeah, very similar. Martin, I hope that helped, man. Reach out if you need anything. And you said you need a haircut. If this is you needing a haircut, I don't want to know your barber bill.
I like how there's a little red in his beard. Like, you see it? Like, it kind of has a...
rustic.
You might consider a little bit more of a... I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Similar to me, like fading in that too, it would look dope.
True. Martin had a extensive surgery on his arm, and he still doesn't have mobility of it. So if he would do something, it would have to be. Dang, I forgot. Martin's doing his beard one-handed, you guys.
I'll hook you up. I'll show you. Maybe we can figure it out. Like if I can show you a technique in person.
Yeah, for sure, man. The mayor's just down the road too, Martin. So that. I forgot he only has access with one hand right now. That's amazing.
Still doable, I think.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm just thinking about his daily routine and stuff, doing that with one hand. Goodness.
You know, committing to a beard with kind of that is dope.
Because it's been for a long time now. Yeah, it's been for a long time now. So yeah, that's wild. Oh yeah. Diablo, who we both met in Dallas as well, and his beautiful wife. He only has one hand to be able to work on his beard as well. So unique challenges there. Diablo was telling me about the routine that he developed. Amazing. It's amazing what you can do when you have to. You know, like what the human mind.
When there's no other choice, you
just
do it.
Yep, absolutely.
We have maybe too many choices sometimes.
Yeah, probably. All right, and guys, we are at that halfway portion. We just hit 100 likes on the video, but we have had up to like 150 people in here. So about a third of you have not hit that thumbs up. Just consider it, please. Yeah, I do appreciate that as we go through. You still have the use of a good hand? Yeah, yep, he does. Oh, I think it's his good hand. I believe so.
Both mine are good. I love you guys.
Oh yeah, my left one's just
lefty.
Dumb. He's just dumb. Yeah,
I'll take. He can hang with us.
He's
I'll
not smart. So Rob says, it's 13 inches from the lower lip, good growth in 22 months. Yeah, so Rob, a average human growth of hair, and especially particularly on beards, is a ½ inch of growth a month. So if you're at 22 months, you're gonna look at about 11 inches of growth. So 13 inches that you have there, just above average, meaning above average. Like that's good, that's great, that's solid. So yes, absolutely good ones. When it comes to trimming the sideburns and transition into a bald head, how often would you recommend trimming that?
That's a tough trim.
It's an easy trim.
The fade up?
Oh, super easy.
Okay.
Yeah, super easy. I'm actually gonna have a video doing it for mine too. I think that's one of the easiest things you can do. And I would say weekly. Weekly would be a pretty good number, I think, for most people. So yeah, about weekly. Have you ever entered competitions? No, I will not enter unless I know I can win the world championships. And I am
Guys, Dan is in a competition every second. Like when he's asleep, he's competing.
I'm extremely competitive, not in like a toxic way. Like I don't, like me and Sam play pickleball every day. She gets way more mad than I do when she's not playing. I don't take it out, but I'm still unbelievably competitive. So nope, I've never entered and likely never will, because I don't think I can win worlds, but that would be the time where I would enter. So I'm curious on this. I've been soaking my beard every day, then using beard wash and rinsing it out using bottled water. Is that okay?
Sure.
Absolutely, man. Nothing wrong there. Dan, what category would you put your beard in for competitions? So I would probably do
Like an overall or all around, kind of like. Sorry,
I would
you pick. I'm sorry.
Mayor loves finishing sentences.
I just got excited. I'm sorry.
I would put mine in the. It depends on how big the competition is. The bigger the competition, the more categories they have, the more sizes they break it down to. But I would probably do mine in full beard in the just before the open category. So I would do whether it's like 8 to 10 inches or 8 to 12 inches. That's probably where I would put my beard. A styled full beard competition. That would be a good one for me. I tend to try and match evening butter scent with the oil applied. Anyone else do that? Yeah, I do. I either match it with the same scent family. Like if I had a citrus oil, I use a citrus butter. If mint oil, mint butter. I don't switch outside of that.
Because we've all made that mistake when you think, oh, you can't. These are all so pleasant. You can't possibly take two of them and ruin. And yeah, you can. You can combine two scents that just don't work.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Can be done.
All right, Mayor, somebody's talking about Michigan tickets. They're going to
I'm not an actual mayor, guys. I'm sorry. I would do my best for you, but I can't get you out of tickets.
And Brian, Mayor, go ahead and take this question from Brian.
Oh, we do actually have Instagram accounts. We have a lot of fun with our Instagram accounts. Dan is Dan C. Bearded, and I am at Mayor's Beard Journey on Instagram. Would be honored if you guys followed me.
Which Muppet is your favorite? I strongly dislike all the Muppets.
Don't trust them?
Yeah.
Can't see where they are. You can never see all of them, can you?
No. Brax, stripping wash that won't break the bank. If you're looking for something that is budget friendly and is very stripping, Everyman Jack is a good stripping wash, not going to break the bank, or any good beard and bar soap. Who's in Austin going there tomorrow? Okay, not us.
No,
but I've heard it's a great town.
People, I'm sure.
Yep. When you only have one, it's yeah, absolutely. Oh well, it is necessarily the good one. Yeah, whatever hand you have is one. Yep. Yeah, Bearded Learner, I've thought about that for sure. It's a very niche video, right? The audience would be very small on that video, but if it can help people, I will consider it. My only problem is I take extra long on videos I don't have experience with. So it's tough. Yeah, it is tough. Here Ken says, hit the like button or he will publicize your internet history. Lots of beard searches there. Does the neck hair grow faster than the rest of the facial hair? Not usually. Mr. Wolverine, generally speaking, on average, most beards grow the most around the chin strap region, especially in the chin goatee area, and then extended from there. Growth is usually slower and less anywhere you go north and anywhere you go south. However, there are exceptions to that. Some people do grow their neck beard the fastest. Some people do grow their chops inside the fastest, but not generally speaking, no.
Never the forehead. Never seen a forehead.
I have not. Nope.
Maybe someday.
I've been putting excess oil and butter on my head hair. In both of your professional opinions, do you feel it benefits as much as it does to beard application? No, I don't.
It's going to soften. I would just use like shampoo and conditioner. I think, there are some pH differences between the two hair types.
Do I think that beard products are good for your head hair? 100%. But you asked me if it was as beneficial as it does to the beard? No. Nope.
I will use oil if my hair is super washed and I maybe overdid it and it just doesn't style. A little beard oil then for sure. Yeah. I have never used butter in my head hair though.
If I can use beard butter to start a beard in the morning, you can do whatever you want. I do not recommend that. I am the most strong believer that beard oil and beard wash are the two most important products for a healthy, best potential beard. Can some people get away with using only beard butter to start the day? Yeah. Some people can get away with putting motor oil in their beard. Some people can get away with doing nothing to their beard. So I like to go over the general averages, the consensus, rather than the exceptions. So you can do anything, but that is not something that I would recommend. So yeah, not something that I would recommend on that one. Is coconut oil good to use in your beard? Straight up coconut oil, the one that's like a semi-solid or a semi-viscous product? No, I don't believe so. For the main reason is it has a high cometogenic scale rating, which means it's highly likely to clog anybody's pores. Fractionated coconut oil, fantastic. Some people don't like it. Some people love it. Personal preference, but it's not going to clog your pores. It's not going to cause problems. But I believe there's 100 better options than normal coconut oil for your beard. I use butter when I style for the daytime and then again before bed. Is that okay to apply? Yeah, absolutely. Just make sure, if you're doing butter twice a day, I would strongly consider washing every day. That's a lot of butter. But you can. Yeah, there's no problems there. We know you were kidding, man. It's always interesting on the internet when people don't pick up sarcasm, and it's like, we need like a sarcasm sign.
But
like,
you know what? It's okay to make it right.
It's fun.
Appreciate that you want to be right with
For
us.
sure. Any recommendations to give for a spot treatment for an irritation that pops up? I would focus on that area with your beard wash, with your exfoliating, and then really focus in on that area with your beard oil. That's gonna be the best thing that you can possibly do. Wash, exfoliate with the comb, right? Kind of rake the skin, and then get your oil right in there. All right, question, photo, mirror. Why would you put water in your beard before you trim? I was told that was the worst thing you can do. So give your answer on why you do that, and then I'll give perspective from the other side.
Well, the reason I do that is because I want to get it style. I need it to be in the shape that I wear it, so that I know where I need to trim. Water is a part that gives it it makes it shapeable without adding product. Like you put a something for hold, like a balm in it. You're gonna mess up your trim. So water allows me to style it so that I can do it my way.
Yeah. So I generally don't recommend water for a trim.
I'm talking a little bit, just a little bit.
Right. If you put water in my beard and trim, it's going to be a horrific result. What the key thing the mayor said there was he was putting the water in to be able to get his beard to the style that he wears it. So that I think is an important point. Do I think beard hairs cut as well when they're wet? No, I don't. But it's much easier to cut with a clipper and a guard, right? It's hard to mess up a guard and a clipper. That's why the guards are there. It doesn't allow you to do anything else other than cut those hairs to that certain length. So I would say the shorter your beard, the more you can get away with that, and there's not going to be as much of an impact. And the explanation just makes total sense. You want to trim your beard from the style you wear it, and that the brushing and the water helped him be able to do that. So yeah, and it doesn't hurt to try things, try things out.
Great question.
It was a great question. Is there a difference between beard shampoo and beard wash? Nope. As long as it is intended for beards, that's just a marketing term. Some companies call it beard poo. I think that's one of the worst marketing names in the history of the beard industry, but to each their own. Does anyone use beard balm as a pomade for their hair? I know many guys have. I have not.
I forgot to pack some styling product once on a trip and I used it instead. It was okay.
There you go.
Better than nothing.
So when it comes to products, BABC, care, if you're allergic to certain fruits, could you have a reaction? If you're allergic to it, you're going to have a reaction. Yep. That company you mentioned is all natural, all essential oils. So if you have an allergy to an ingredient,
Might happen.
Yep, you're definitely going to have an allergy. I'll complete my tweered, a 2-year beard, on March 23rd. Wow, man, that's awesome. How do you select a barber? Great question, Rob. I actually just talked about this yesterday on a different live stream. Best thing you can do is word of mouth, right? Martin reached out and said, hey, man, who's the best barber around? I told him, unfortunately, they were booked through February. That happens with good barbers. Secondly is secondly a word?
Yep.
All right, secondly, go on social media and find these barbers. Here's a couple of key giveaways if it's going to be a chance to be a good barber for your beard. Do they have beard trim prices listed on their pricing guide? If they don't, run. Absolutely run. If they do, good. Now, see where they are posting pictures, whether it's on their website or their Instagram or wherever it may be. Do they have pictures displaying trimmed beards? Do they have pictures showing them working on beards? If they don't, run. I've also found that a lot of the beard trimming is kind of a young man's game, and I will explain here. There's exceptions to every rule. Beards have become more popular now than ever before. Styled beards have become vastly more popular than ever before. So a lot of the barbers that have the experience, there's kind of a generation gap of barbers missing because they dropped the unions in the early 2000s. And so there was just a whole 10, 20 years where there weren't a lot of barbers going into the industry. So you had very experienced and older barbers, and then now you have this just fresh crop of young, hungry barbers. They're much more inclined to be dealing with styled and trimmed beards as compared to the older barbers.
And we know that well, don't we?
We really do.
We live in that world. It's cool. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the future. Like, it's a vibe.
It's
going that way.
Yep. And yeah, absolutely, Fitzroy. There are some amazing female barbers out there as well. So it doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter their age. It doesn't matter any of that stuff. Check the work. If they don't have pictures displaying their work on a beard, I would be hesitant myself.
And then when you see a beard that they've done, watch that neckline. I think that's where I've run into the most mistakes from other people on my beard.
Yep. The only beard butter I've tried is Everyman Jack, and I threw it away. Am I just weird? No, Chris, watch my video on that. I actually think Everyman Jack has some good entry-level beginner products, except for their butter. Their butter is not a beard butter. That is a beard cream for the garbage. It is a horrible product. Other than oils, what do you recommend for beard hair routine health? Oh, man. I recommend beard oil and beard wash. That's 1 and 2. Beard conditioner and beard butter are 3 and 4. And then you have things like beard balm, beard wax, and other things for styling. I just got the Eberlight Pro earlier this week. Highly recommend if you're on the fence. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Awesome, Mr. Beard, or Mr. Food. We'll get you on next week. Yep, next week. First I ever tried was Everyman Jack, and then tried a beard butter and feel like, yeah, the real one is just totally different. Yeah, totally different there. And yes, I've always unbelievably recommended this. If you're getting a beard trim, style your beard like normal. Just don't use any solid products. Don't use a balm, don't use a butter, don't use a wax, but always style your beard like normal.
Somebody asked that in the comments today.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Lost our stream there for a second.
I didn't do it. Yo.
Yeah, so hopefully we're still good. Looks like YouTube had couple. Oh, not again. All right. Let's see this. We'll be back, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear us, but
if you can hear us, guys, we are safe. We're working on it. A little spike there.
Yep. So YouTube has had a couple spikes, but we're all right.
All right.
I think we're good here. So yep.
Just
okay.
Go ahead and put your tray tables up. Make sure your seat backs are in their locked and upright positions.
Yeah. Your hair is really good for it, and I use it every day, twice a week. Okay. Yeah, we can talk about balm and for that. Dan, I just watched your 3-year-old beard rehab video. You said that you did that every couple of weeks. G Squared, I will do the beard boot camp, the beard rehab, when I feel like I have a bunch of waves, dips, or dents that I just can't get out. Is it every couple of weeks? No, not anymore. My beard was shorter then. It's probably every couple of months. Every couple of months. Does your website still work for barber locations?
Yes, it does. What David is referring to is a perk of being a member of Command's Corner Facebook group on Facebook. It doesn't cost anything. It's almost 7,000 beard guys, and many of them have had good experiences with barbers and written up a little review. You just fill out a form, and it populates a map that anybody in the group can access. So please join if you haven't, guys. Across the top featured has the beard barber map, and you're good to go. And you can always message me if it's not working.
Cool. And guys, please make sure to check if you are live. Some of the questions or some of the comments are coming in late because of that YouTube little hiccup. There was a slight spike that we saw in the detector, but we're here. We're good. And Doug says, my barber's 24 years old and does amazing work. I have a pretty solid sample size of working with barbers, probably more than most people in this country because I travel to the barber expos, I teach barber classes, I've gone to, I don't know, 50 barber shops. If you were to ask me, generally speaking, right now, the younger barbers do amazing work on beards. They're hungry. They want to learn. They want to be trendy. They want to be with the times.
Plugged into the trend. That's a big thing, guys. Is that you can populate out to a different age group that doesn't even know what you're talking about and doesn't give you the look you want.
Yep. Take care, Judd.
Like there are barbers that when I was a kid, you go and you would tell them this, and they'd be like, "No, here's what I'm doing," and they would just cut your hair that way.
Yep. G Squared said that he loved the video this morning. So many people, great tips.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
It does really, like every one of those hits, and I think there's going to be value for people in the future too, but I appreciate it.
And Wolverine, you're right. Having a beard trim price is not the indicator of success. It was just a filter. If they don't have the price, I can almost guarantee you it's a terrible beard trim. They need to be able to recommend that. Or they need to be able to have that on there for sure. Taking off. All right, Douglas, take care, man. Absolutely. That's the nicest guy you've ever seen on the net. I think the mayor's nicer than me, man. So,
well, to your face, guys, but you never know on the other side of things.
Yeah, you don't know the mayor behind the scenes. Woo! I know. That's the funny thing. Like, I like when people will say like, they can't be like this. They can't be that positive, that nice, that supportive. And it's like, I've known Martin for 20 years. The mayor, I think, had Martin in class. My mom comes here. My mother-in-law's in every stream. Sam watches every stream. It's like Betsy's in streams. Like, we can't be anything other than ourselves, you guys. Imagine seeing all these people in real life and being like, oh, yeah, this is different.
Well, the reality is you can't get up and get down from Dan C. You just have to be there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I have realized as well. Like, the person that you are, you have to build up that person and be them all the time.
Well, it's just who you are.
Right.
You have to, it's just who you are, So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, probably dark man.
So I wear a mask for work. When I do heat, I get, I got it up, down, side. Okay, up, down, sides. It sounds like a video game cheat code. Up, down, side, good or bad. Totally fine, man. Yeah, I highly encourage going in different directions with a heated brush.
Especially in spots that is your problem area. Applying heat against where it is or whatever you think you're trying to do really helps straighten that hair out.
Yep. What is wrong with trimming if you have beard balm applied? It just makes it very difficult to trim. If you're using trimmers, you're gonna gunk it up and ruin them. Don't use balm or butter.
If all your hair gets sucked into it, like held together by something, they're not gonna be even.
Yeah.
When you wash it and it comes out.
Yeah, don't do that. Please, please, please don't do that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Caden, for sure, man. If you guys are ever in our area, get a hold of us. Can't make promises, but we'd love to do that.
If it works, it works.
What is the biggest challenge you have with your beard now? I don't have many. I would say if I had to pick out one challenge, it would be random dips, dents, and waves that go underneath my jawline or underneath my lower lip. The main reason is I have two different growth patterns that coincide in one area. So if you do this is its own, this soul patch is its own growth pattern. And then it meets this beard underneath here, and that can cause problems with how they lay together. And so I have to kind of master my morning routine, but it still gives me problems from time to time. So yeah, what about you? What would you say is your biggest challenge right now?
Oh man, I would say not doing something stupid. Because I'm
impulsive.
I'm impulsive.
Yeah, that's the best
and
word.
I've done like 4 different things. If I do, I just rock it out. I have this weird, because I'm on this show, I'm with Dan.
Exactly.
I've never just bailed.
Exactly.
I wouldn't bail, So I've worked it out every time, and I've learned each time from that as well.
Well, everything he does is content. If he takes out a chunk of his mustache, you guys can learn from it. He can talk about it. So it's content.
If I gouge my underbeard with a little bit too cavalier with the trimmer.
Right, and we speak about barbers and things to look for because the mayor has had bad experiences with barbers. So we're able to talk about those things from a true place.
And when you trim a beard like mine, maybe should have said, just a suggestion is to make sure you're rested, make sure you're not like, it's not the weekend and you had a couple beers. All those things are important because they're like, it is a little bit of a detail work.
For sure. And make sure you're not rushed when you're trimming.
Yeah.
The only mistake I've ever made on trimming, knock on wood, was we were gonna go to dinner and I thought I had enough time to trim. It went south and it ruined my dinner.
And you start chasing to try and balance, to just get ready to go out, right? And then you overcorrect.
Yep. The content's what brought me here, and the atmosphere is what keeps me bringing back. Thank you, TJ, man. You add to that
what a
for
compliment.
sure. Yep. Absolutely. Communication's key. That is the biggest thing. Almost always, there are bad barbers out there, just like there's bad teachers and bad anything. But oftentimes, when the client leaves and they didn't get what they want, there's some kind of breach of communication. Whether you say, hey, man, give me a cleanup, and they think a cleanup is vastly different than what you think a cleanup is, it usually is a communication thing. Any tips on making a medium beard appear thicker? Nope. Let me take that back. Yes, healthy habits, patience. Jesse, look at something like the blowout beard method. That's going to give you more volume, and that could really help give you a little bit more thickness. But it's a lot of trial and error. Yeah, a ton of trial and error. What's up, King Luna? Coming to us from Cali. What's up, man? All right, let's see if we got any other ones here. What is one of the biggest behind-the-scenes challenges we don't get to see? Whoo! Man.
Just me. I'm extra. No.
Caden, lots of them. The mayor's brain is racing right now, and he's always like, don't say that, Dan. Don't say that, Dan. Don't say that, Dan. Yeah, don't say that.
If you say that, I'm telling this.
Yeah, so before the stream, we were talking. That's so funny. I was talking about something, talking about a situation, and I just said, these are the things no one sees. No one will ever see these challenges. Caden, that's so freaky, man. I said, people see the numbers, they see the videos, they see the fun, they see all this, but they never see this side of things. You see what's going on over here in my hand? You don't see it. Oh, man. Some of them I'll never share, of course. Some of you probably pick up on that, but I'll never share those. My biggest challenge would be balance. Balancing family time, balancing this insatiable drive that I have on the inside to never, ever stop. I hate checklist items. I want to get them off immediately. Holding myself to a standard that is, I believe, is very high and keeping to it. Holding true to myself and not being impacted by other people that have negative intentions. Not getting too caught up in numbers. Right? For example, I believe the mayor is making some of the best content on the internet with his Sunday show and his trim video today. Those videos don't do well on our numbers comparatively. But it's not about that. But it is a challenge to say, hey, you're crushing it. It will build. Have patience. Let it grow. For him and for me, that's a challenge. Staying consistent, never missing a video in literally 4.5 years. Never missing a live stream in 4.5 years. That's a challenge. Those are some of the kind of the main ones, but I would say the best word that I would use is balance. I'm an all-in guy, but I have to be all in with my family. I have to be all in with all the other duties I have in life. I do a ton of work that nobody sees for other companies. So yeah, that great question, and freakish that we were discussing that right before the stream. What about you? If you had to give the
biggest thing I think about all the time, in one way or the other, is blending my old life as a teacher and all those things with my new one. It's constant.
And I did that. I can understand the weight of that. I think a lot of people forget that I was a full-time coach and a full-time teacher for 4 years of this channel. So that literally 4 years of the channel. So that I understand that fully, man. Great question, Caden. There's definitely a lot of challenges that are behind the scenes.
People forget your humanity. They do.
Right.
They just and it's I forget people's. It's just the nature of how things are set up.
That's a great point too. It is. It's almost like when a kid sees a teacher at the store. They're like, "Wait, you don't live at the school? You're a real person. You have a family. You have a husband. That kind of thing." I think people do, with the internet between them, they do forget that you're a human. They do. Even super well-intended people, I think, forget that we are people, that we are trying our best, and sometimes even helpful comments can be hurtful and do linger with you, even when it comes down to the way that they word the comment. So I think that's a good one too, is people forget humanity. And how do we know that? Think about how people talk about athletes. Think about how people talk about celebrities. Musicians, yeah. Anybody, any public figure. Think about the way people talk about them. I think people forget that humans are complicated.
I've noticed myself being very defensive of just what was normally a normal conversation about a celebrity. And I'll hear it and I'll be like, you're not seeing, you're not understanding what it means to continually be out there and be relevant and all those things are so interesting.
Yep, great question, man. Or when the mayor cuts a V pattern in that glide, that was a big one.
I did that one?
Yeah, back in the day.
Probably.
We showed it. I'm trying again to grow out my mustache. It tends to grow straight down. What's the best way to train it to the sides? Scott, a heated brush. Please look up Dancy Bearded Lazy Walrus. I think that would be really, really, really helpful for you.
And most mustache hairs they're just freak. They fall in line better than the rest of your beard usually.
Yeah. Chris, editing the videos? No, absolutely not. Editing video is not super challenging for the edits that I do. I'm not making a cinema movie. It's not challenging. I've never once complained about editing, and I hope I never will. I actually think editing's kind of therapeutic. It takes time, takes effort, takes knowledge, takes learning, but I love it.
A really big part of it is shooting your videos correctly, labeling them, having them organized taking the time to clip them out and making sure that you have exactly what you need so that you don't have a stain on your shirt.
Yep.
And have to do everything over or something.
Pre-production, so important. So important. You guys have a Discord? Nope. We have a private Facebook group we're just a couple of people away from 7,000, which is really cool. Mayor, what is our Facebook group and where can they find it?
Command's Corner, easy as a search and under groups on Facebook.
There we go. We actually used to run admin on a Discord server, and that gave us enough experience to know we don't want a Discord server. Facebook's not perfect. Lots of flaws there, but for what we do in our comfort level, it fits us much better.
A lot of times we just have to choose to do the few things we are doing instead of branching all the time.
Yep. Looks like the mayor's side has recovered from its shape a couple weeks ago. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yep, I agree. Dancy, do you think that the Beard Bar soap from the Bearded Mac foams a lot? The Beard Bar soap? So Carlos, this is super important here on one word. You said the Beard Bar. If you're talking about the Beard Bar, that is the wash, yes, it foams a lot. If you're talking about a soap, that's different. And he said, it feels great, but it took about 5 minutes to remove from my beard. So it depends. If it's the solid beard wash bar, you just used too much. Yeah, that's likely the case.
Which I did the first time.
Soap definitely takes a while to come off. If it's actually the bar of soap, that does take longer to come off. So yeah, you're not super off on there. People want the results but don't want to put in the work. Man, if that's not the biggest fact of all time. And then I'll add on to the end there. People want the results but don't want to put in the work. And then when they don't get it, they become resentful for those that did put in the work.
And they don't really realize how much work it is.
Yeah, and they'll never have a concept of how much work it is. I think there's no way to showcase it, but I do think people would be baffled just with any job. Any job that's out there, a barber, a teacher, law enforcement, you name it, you'd be baffled at what really goes into the day-to-day.
The nuance.
Yeah, the nuance. This is no different. I think if somebody shadowed me for a day, I think their brain would hurt afterwards. So yeah, it's definitely a one. Yeah, me and Ken were talking about that today, man. He said, you're not missing stuff. I know. And it's the craziest thing is it's everywhere. It doesn't matter the district, the state, the school. Man, some hairs in my beard tips are white while the rest is black. Ever heard of that? Yeah, man, it's definitely a unique thing. You can have it grow out and change colors in the middle of it. So yeah, that is just natural. Nothing to be worried about, Fitzroy. I think it's pretty cool looking. So yeah, it is natural. Do you know what would be the best way to clean a derma roller? I'm assuming alcohol.
Q-tip alcohol kind of thing.
Yeah, I would assume alcohol, but I don't know for a fact.
Double check that.
Yeah. Could you repeat the answer? What is the difference between beard wash? Yeah, I did answer that one, Andy. It is the same thing. It's just a marketing term. If it is designed for beards, shampoo, or wash, it is just simply a marketing term. Well, I guess that ain't as easy when you get them all in one take. I'll be honest, yeah, 100%. But to clarify here, when I film, it is never in one take. I do multiple.
Except for a trim video.
But I only use, trim. Can't mess that one up. So it is in one take when I get the right one. But I'll start a video, guys. My process is I'll start it and I'll say, all right, guys, hey, today we're going to talk about the best beard hat to match your beard. And then I mess up, I delete it, and I start over again. So it is in one take, and that 100% helps the editing process. What beard brands you guys recommend? Hey, Lance, reach out to me, man. We don't like to give too many specific recommendations on this specific show. We're not trying to sell any products or really do any of that. But if you want to reach out to me, DanCBearded on Instagram or Dan_command@yahoo.com. I will get back to you timely, and I'll be able to go through your personal preferences and kind of help you out there too. Hey, GM, thank you, man. You said the moderators do a fantastic job. Sure yeah, do. Man. Bill and Phil kill it. I'm a freak of nature, active on it there. The mayor's always making content and delivering. It is a unique space because of that too, you guys. If you liked the video today from the mayor does content every week on the group that's exclusive.
I kind of highlight, we have sponsors, different companies, 2, 3 sometimes in a month, and I just will feature an oil, a product, from then talk a little bit about it, give you guys, tempt you a bit.
Yep. Use a script when your video? No, I do not. I do not look at anything. I take notes on my phone. I learn them. I memorize them. I have kind of bullet points that I remember, but it's off the top. I'm I do not look at anything. If you watch my videos, I always have direct eye contact right with the lens, and I think that's really important. And the biggest thing, and the mayor was talking about this earlier, I just know what I'm talking about. This isn't something that I have to like rehearse and really learn. It's just I'm speaking about my experiences, my opinions, my research. So that definitely helps out a lot. Is the co-wash same as conditioner? Yes. Co-wash is a verb. It's the act of using a conditioner by itself. I do not recommend anybody co-wash. Some people do, and that's awesome. Yep, that's awesome. All right, guys, final question before we move on here to our other ones. I have a dip right below my chin. I use a round brush with a blow dryer and a heated brush, but it never seems to go away. Keep working it. Try different directions. Try different heat settings.
Try mixing a little water, and then going the complete opposite direction, and then finishing, up, left, right, then down. And if you finish down,
trial and error, Rob, man, trial and error. That's all it's going to come down to.
A little bit higher heat, maybe.
Yep.
TJ says, "Love the show, and I really appreciate all you guys do for the community you've built. Been watching your videos for a few months, and have been catching most of your Monday and Wednesday live streams the last few weeks. It's really raised my beard game and my credit card bills. So thank you for that. I am pretty content with where my beard is at currently. In last week's show, I had mentioned that I didn't really use beard products before finding your channel. I included a before picture to show the difference. Woof. A place where I could use some advice is where my beard meets my head hair by my ears.
Yeah.
I've heard you guys talk about fading it there, but I don't really know how to go about that without taking too much off. Right now, I just pick a spot to start buzzing by each ear and go up from there. I buzz my head with a number 1 clipper guard. I think it looks all right, but I wanted your thoughts. As far as my beard goes, I'm just trying to get my cheeks and under my bottom lip to fill in. I've got a derma roller, accelerator, and taking some daily multivitamins that has biotin. So fingers crossed. I also would just like it to be longer, so I've stopped trimming flyaways. Still a long way to go to get to my ideal beard. But if 3 months of serious care can do this much good, I'm excited to see what it looks like in another 3 months, or this time next year.
Awesome, TJ. Thank you, sir. And quick little tidbit. Chris says some co-washes products claim to be a conditioner, to be conditioning washes. So Chris, one that's very popular and known is called LCW from Beard Octane, and it stands for Lathering Conditioning Wash. That does not claim to be a co-wash. It is not a conditioner. It's not a co-wash. It's a conditioning wash. And what that is, guys, is the English language. We're not going to go too crazy on the English language, but there are 2 different meanings of the word conditioning. Beard balm conditions, but also beard conditioner conditions. They don't do the same thing whatsoever. And so it's just a matter of the actual use of it. If it says a co-wash, if it says a 2-in-1, if it says something along those lines, it's either a straight up conditioner or it's a bad product. It is impossible to have a conditioner and a wash in the same product and they both do their job. It can't happen. It's not physically possible. If you don't believe me, ask any hairdresser, cosmetologist out there. Any of those 2-in-1 products are just marketing garbage, mainly advertised towards men, because men don't like to have a ton of things. And they're like, wait, I can get a 7-in-1 that's my beard, my hair, my body, my car,
antifreeze, oil.
Yeah.
And
like bacon grease. So yeah, it's it's super simple, guys. If it's a co-wash and it says anything about conditioner, that's a conditioner. If it says conditioning, the only one I'm aware of is Beard Octane, but they do not advertise it as a co-wash. That is important. All right, let's check out TJ, and he wants to know oh man, what a difference, dude. He said from here to here, love. But he said Head and Shoulders 2-in-1. Yes, Chris. I would love for you to film this. Take it to any respected cosmetologist or anybody that understands anything about products and say, what do you think about Head and Shoulders 2-in-1? They will tell you how absolutely atrocious of a product that is. It's not nobody should use that on your head hair anywhere. Bad product. Man, TJ, that looks awesome.
Way to level up, man.
Yes, absolutely. Your transition from your beard to your head hair,
wow.
Spotless, dude. Whatever you are doing, the way you described, 100% continue that. I literally would not change a single thing then.
You try to improve it, you're gonna mess it up. Kind of thing.
Yep.
I do that all the time, by the way.
Yep.
If it happens, let me know. I can make it.
TJ, the only advice I would offer is start thinking about this volume right here and trying to find ways to get that heat or get your styling of your beard a little bit away from your face. And then maybe just trimming down the chin a little bit to be symmetrical. Your beard looks like it goes here and then jets out into that. You can either do it through training and styling on this section or just trim down this one in a bit. My growth pattern is very similar to what I believe yours is, where this area grows the fastest. So just something to consider there as just a little add-on. Any other thoughts, Mayor?
No, just so amazing. Every time we hear someone say the channel did this.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we go.
This is Scott J. All right. I've been a long time lurker to your channel and have applied a ton of your knowledge to my beard journey. I currently feel like I'm in a pretty good spot with my beard and generally happy with it. However, we can all improve. So I'm seeking advice, any tweaks that you would suggest. The biggest challenge with my beard is that it's pretty wavy, and when I apply heat, I prefer a heated brush over a hairdryer. My beard frizzes out. I use an Aberlite at 320. Appreciate all your okay, I'll start over. Appreciate all yours and the community's advice and thoughts in advance.
Awesome, man. And yeah, Fitz right. I mean, we put some respect on this. This could be an advertisement for beard products, before products, after products. So yes, love that. All right, let's take a look at Scott. Boom, Scott. Looks awesome, dude. Absolutely amazing. So he's like, hey, I'm going to acknowledge I got a good beard. I'm going to put it out there. I got a good beard. You do. And he wants to seek some advice on any tweaks that we would give. And he said that he does have a wavy beard. So, Mayor, anything that you would suggest, and then maybe if you don't, talk about the waves that he's talking about.
Looking overall, you just have a great shape. You're doing, your mustache looks good. I wouldn't style as far as like your trimming and your idea. I think what your concept for your beard is spot on. Slightly like your chin area, which I have this all the time, is a little, noticeably just a little bit like longer than the underbeard supporting it. To me, you don't have to touch it. If any, like as I look at the side, you might do that for like that little kind of edge trim. Take just a touch off, but be careful with that. If you start with that edge trim, sometimes you make it too high, and all of a sudden you're taking stuff off the side, and and you're in trouble. So those are just a couple ideas. As far as the waves, I think they look great.
Yeah.
But go to 340. Use a little water. Make sure you add oil. Oil is going to be a really big helpful thing when you're using heat if you're worried about damage.
There you go. And Scott, a couple things I want to point out. Bald and bearded, another great example that this is a great look. Another great example of transitioning the beard into the fade, into the bald and bearded. Spot on, dude. No, nothing else other than what the mayor said. I love it, man. Great beard. Great little details that really exemplify a lot of things we talk about on this channel. Thank you for sending in.
All right, this is Alex J. I was wondering at this stage what I can do to promote more growth size in my beard for the Red River Beard Contest on March 18th in Spicer, Montana. I'm in Minnesota. I'm using Bahawat and Beard Relevance products. Oil, butter, brush, the whole 9 yards. I may go, I may not go up to my house and timing. Just wanted to reach out to you guys in case another guy wants to enter himself in a contest.
All right. So essentially he is asking, what can I do to promote more growth size in my beard from now until March? So we are in mid-January going to mid-March. We got what? January to February, February to March. So 2 months. So Alex, understand that for most people, it's going to be at most an inch of growth in 2 months. So it's not going to be a massive difference. Great coverage, man. Great density. The beard looks fantastic. What can you do to promote growth? You can be as healthy as possible. That's the biggest thing you can do. You can take vitamins. You can take biotin. That's going to help out. But drink enough water. Get active. Really, remember, our beard comes from testosterone, guys. It's a thing called DHT. It is a male hormone. It's a male testosterone that gives us deep voices, chest hair, pronounced beards, How do you activate more testosterone? You work out. You eat good, clean food. Get protein in whatever source you can.
Drink water.
Drink water. That is going to be the best way that you can get more length of your beard, especially in that short amount of time.
And guess what? It also can make you feel better.
Oh,
I
different world.
Never experienced myself personally. No, I have. That's been my whole year, has been the benefits of physical activity every day.
Yep, and get your sleep. Absolutely good sleep, Carlos. That's a great add-on as well. Guys, I've talked about this too much lately. I've talked about it too much lately. But the difference that I experience with having enough protein during the day is mind-blowing.
Mood.
Mind-blowing.
Ability to focus.
Energy.
Yeah.
Like, my ability at the gym and in the pickleball court, I don't get I'm not kidding you guys. I don't get tired. I hit 180 grams of protein every day. Today, I'll even show you guys. Today, I crushed it, and it helps in more ways than you would ever imagine. I don't eat junk during the day because I'm so full from eating protein. My workouts are better. My energy is better. My mood is better. And I wasn't even at a bad baseline. I was good. But doing this is crazy. Yeah, I'll show you here. I'm at 185 grams of protein right now for today. And I didn't even count any of the jerky I've had. So if you can really pump up that protein, it's going to do a lot. Richard, that's a good question, man. I've had it down for a long time to research for a video. My gut tells me yes, that testosterone and enhancements will definitely help a beard. Do I have any evidence or experience with that? No.
But it's such a strong chemical, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
That's what prescribed.
And thank you, Nicholas. Yes,
Sorry.
I do have a bald and bearded video. Yep. It is, man. Protein is such a healer. And I've said that for a long time and I've probably said it to the mayor a million times. Anytime Sam or I are not feeling well, we just go get a good steak and we eat about 8 to 10 ounces of steak. And it's always made us feel better. And now I'm like, yeah, I probably wasn't getting half the amount of protein that I needed. Because until you track it, it's unbelievably hard to understand how little protein most people get. On average, I would say people get about 50 grams of protein. And unless you're a small human, that's not enough. And so it does a ton, and it's so good for your beard. People are like, man, your beard grows so fast. It's like, yeah, I'm taking care of myself. It makes a difference. Yeah, it makes a difference. So, yep, keep that in mind. Eggs and sauce. And I've learned on so many different foods that are freakish with protein, eggs are crazy loaded with protein. Yeah. Crazy, specifically egg whites, just crazy. So yeah, eggs and sausage, man, it is amazing. But again, you'd be shocked at how much, like, if you eat eggs and sausage for your protein during the morning, you're getting maybe 30, 40 grams of protein, which is great. But 180, oh man, I struggle, guys. I get so full. So Alex, thank you for sending in, man. Hey, what's up, Pete?
This is Jason B. I still have yet to trim based on directions from you and Mr. Mayor, except like 8 long hairs on the bottom. How about now? Anything I should do? Transparency trim, touch up cheeks, or that diagonal line from the ear? Give it to me straight, Doc. I can take it.
Okay. I love it. I love it. All right. Yeah, just watch cholesterol for sure. For sure, man. There's good cholesterol too. Remember that, guys. You want to watch your good cholesterol and your bad cholesterol. I'm testing blood every 6 months now. All right. Jason B, wow. What a legend. What a legend.
Good
All
to
right.
see it.
So he said, you recommended not trimming. Am I ready for a transparency trim? Guys, we encourage this. We encourage this right here for these updates. So he put the white underneath the paper. He's showing it here. Jason, it is time for a small transparency trim. And this is the only reason why I say it, because I see it on this side and this side. You do have a fork that is starting to go, and there's nothing wrong with a French fork, guys. That's when the beard starts to split out a little bit. I have a feeling you like a pretty dialed in, meticulous style of a beard, even though it's big, even though it's beastly and beautiful. I would say let's go ahead and take a little 1/2 inch off the bottom. Some people are gonna yell at me for that. That's okay. You're asking me, you're asking the chat, you're asking the mayor. My advice is a 1/2 inch right here just to combat that French fork, and I do love that crispy effect you get on the bottom from a fresh trim. I think that's very valuable in itself. These hairs are probably worn down a little bit. You've had them at that length for at least a year now. So yes, I do believe that it is just a small little trim.
You see that eggs are $10 a dozen right now in California.
Touchy subject. Wow. Yeah, we'll move on from that one, guys.
Wow.
Leo, yes, I do a protein shake every morning. It is Fair Life. But I try to get it through food, but I do a whey protein, which most people unanimously agree whey protein is a great option to have. So yeah, for sure. Yep, absolutely, Matt. There's a ton of ways. Guys, man, the whole food science is such a
I have never in my life gotten a steak. I'm gonna do it next time I don't feel good. I'm just gonna go for it because it makes complete sense. It doesn't occur to me. It's not like a normal sick food, I guess.
Yep, me and Sam every single time. But yeah, Jason, just a small transparency trim, and this is a great beard. I love this profile, that angle, oh man, so good, so good.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
All right, this is John D. Please help me before my entire beard falls out. I have been growing my beard for 6 years, with length as my goal. I follow a daily routine with quality products, only products that were recommended by Dan C. for the past year, and my routine has been pretty much the same. I have always considered myself to be a healthy beard until a few months ago I started noticing beard hairs in the sink that were broken. I always inspect my hairs fall out due to the natural shedding, but this was different. There is no white bulb. The hairs look pretty normal other than that. They're all different sizes. Below is my daily routine. Got gentle rush in the morning, conditioner 3 times a week. Kind of going through here. Chicago comb to detangle.
Beard oil, yep.
Aberlite Pro, yep. Beard oil. I've used a stripping wash. I use a derma roller, pen, and accelerator once per week in the morning. I drink at least a gallon of water every day. I take a multivitamin with food every day. I admit my nutrition could be better, but it is at least equally as bad as it has been for the past 6 years that I have been growing my beard. Since I've noticed the breakage, I've decreased the frequency I use heat. I've stopped using a stripping wash. I've noticed recently that combing often breaks the hairs. My heated brush usually breaks hairs, and putting in beard butter typically breaks hairs. Leave-in conditioner is the easiest product to get in at night, but I still notice at least 5 to 10 broken hairs after each grooming routine. Please help me figure out what might be happening here. I am worried that after 6 years of hard work and dedication, my entire beard is falling out.
All right, so we're gonna take a look at the beard picture, which doesn't have as much relevance to this problem, but I'm super happy to go over some information here, and then we'll pop back and talk about this. So man, awesome beard. Look at that color stripe on there. Look at that mustache. Fantastic. Thoughts on the beard, man?
It's hard to believe you're having problems.
Right.
That's my thought.
And that is why. And he was like, you can include the picture or not include the picture. I thought it was really important to include the picture for that exact reason. We can see a beard and say, whoa, great beard, amazing beard, man. Oh my gosh. But then they tell you there's problems. We know that problems can come in all shapes and sizes. And especially that kind of combats that statement. Anytime I talk to someone that doesn't believe in beard care, it's always, oh, my uncle has a big, huge beard and he's never done anything. I know he has breakage. I know his beard's dry and brittle and doesn't smell great. Just because it looks like a big beard could make a big difference.
Interesting situation for John. Fear of losing the beard.
Yeah.
Through no other, just that it's gonna go.
Yep.
We haven't seen that on the, that he has a strong beard, but he's seeing some warning signs.
For sure. And so, Mr. John and the D is for Doe. You guys put that together. We just didn't put his name on this when he requested, which is amazing. We're happy to do that anytime. So, yes. So, Leo, I would disagree on this one. So we're talking, if we're talking specifically and we're talking, right, semantics and words, I know you value words here. The key word there is broken. I strongly disagree. I do not think 5 to 10 broken hairs is normal.
Daily,
for
right?
Anybody. You shouldn't have broken hairs. Are things gonna happen? Are situations gonna come up? Of course. But 5 to 10 daily, that's a problem. That is an absolute problem. 5 to 10 shedding that have the white bulb, like on the low end of natural. But he's saying specifically, I have broken hairs. So let's go over this. All of the normal things. Could it be stress? Likely. Yeah, stress is a beard killer, a hair killer. So that is a huge thing. All of the things you want to do, be healthy, drink water, all the stuff that we've talked about tonight. Couple of things that I want to talk about here, though. He's saying when I comb, I break hairs. When I use the heated brush, I break hairs. When I apply butter, I break hairs. Please, and it sounds like you are, but make sure you're inspecting those hairs carefully and make sure that there's no bulb on it. If that's still true, then okay, we do have broken hairs. And yeah, when I get stressed too, JT, I notice that as well. This is an important line here. Leave-in conditioner is the easiest product to get in at night, but he still notices 5 to 10. So he's saying when I do the easiest, when I do leave-in conditioner, I'm still having 5 to 10 broken hairs. John, first thing I'm going to say is using leave-in conditioner because it's the easiest one to get in. That is a Band-Aid and not a good Band-Aid. That's not solving the problem. That's not helping the beard. It is probably going to be adding to the problem. You're probably compounding it. It sounds to me, and there's a million things, friction, daily activities, all these things, too aggressive with your combing. Yeah, so many different things. And all over the place. It could be the derma roller, it could be this or that. But at the root of it, no pun intended, it sounds like the hairs themselves are not healthy. That should not be happening with butter. That should not be happening with combing, with a heated brush. None of those things should be causing your hairs to break. So we need to figure out what is causing those hairs to be so brittle and so easily breakable. And you mentioned in here about your nutrition. Maybe it is that. Maybe it is stress.
You have an allergy or something. You never know.
Yeah, you just got to figure out what is doing this. Because what it comes down to, and I've talked about this a million times on the channel, but it's true and it's important. Your body sees your hair as not a priority. The first thing that will go as your body starts to feel stressed, unhealthy, dehydrated, is your hair and your nails. You can tell somebody's health if they have if their nails are dry, brittle, cracking, they're not getting enough water. Same goes with your hair. As your body prioritizes its health, it starts from the inside as a priority, and then it works out. Your vital organs are number 1. Your next extremities are number 2. Anything outside of that, your body's like, I don't need it. Why? We got all these problems going on. Why am I going to send nutrients to your beard? So we got to find a way for your body to get those nutrients to your beard. And it's in there, man. I know you got it. I know you'll be able to figure it out and find what is causing that problem. You just got to really dial it in. Really got to dial it in. So thank you for sending in something different, some good food for thought on this one.
Good combo on that.
But I believe it's the hairs themselves, not anything you're doing to them. Especially when you said like a heated brush at 250, that's low. Like you're good. That's not anywhere near a danger zone. I don't even know if that would do anything to my beard.
Right.
So yeah, man. Would upping the conditioner help? Nope. That would likely compound the problem. Conditioner,
you're not able to get the oil there. Right?
Conditioner is a Band-Aid too, right? Conditioner does not add nutrition to your beard. It's going to help detangle. It's going to help soften, but it's not making your beard healthier. So no, I definitely would not do that. And that's a good one. Yeah, drink water. It's just become so ingrained in my life of drinking enough water. Yeah.
Genuinely, if you did that gallon a day for a week, you would know, and then you're still seeing it in that 7th day.
Check it off the list.
Check it off the list.
That's a great point. Maybe you start doing that.
That's where I would start.
Focus on one variable at a time and see if that makes a difference. Great call there. How many beard hairs is normal? Hacker, I would say up to 35 beard hairs a day is still within the normal range. Yep, about 35 hairs a day. Would beard oil help his beard? So he has beard oil. Yep. So Michael, he says in here that he uses after washes, he uses beard oil every morning, and he did list brands. They were all good quality brands too. So interesting. Cool. John, keep us updated. If you find out what it was for you, please let us know. That could help out a lot of people.
This is Braxton. I'm at about 3.5 months.
Oh yeah, pause real quick. Yep. A doctor visit is not a bad idea. If you explain this to the doctor, not from the purpose of saying, hey, my beard's bad, what's going on? Say, hey, I'm having some problems with my beard hairs breaking, which I believe is an indicator of my health. Lead with that and see what they say.
Make sure it's a symptom. It could be a symptom of something else.
Exactly.
Like is not. It might be. Like they are always smart like that.
Take care, Jim.
All right. My main concern is the pattern under my lip. Right now, there are some small hairs that are very light. I've researched and tried to find some info on these little hairs. They will eventually turn into full hairs and not found much useful information. Also hoping my cheeks will fill in over time as I'm going for the beard. And with that, I'm curious about how much potential you see in what I have so far. Thank you for the help and all you do.
Awesome, Braxton. We'll take a look. Love the name, by the way. Our boys were going to always have X's in their names. Maddox, Jackson. Braxton was one that we considered too, so that's a great name. And ABB, that you guys are like reading on my mind today. I just had this conversation with Sam. No shots at anybody. Do what's great for you. But Sam will start the day with like a coffee or a protein shake, and it kills me to not think about having a base of water first.
Yeah.
Like I have to have a base of water for that reason. So yes,
I like a glass of water when I get home from this show. It clears out because you get adrenaline. You know when you're doing performing. I get to bed. I go. It's smart. It is smart for so many things.
Yep. And boys biologically react better to calming with water than girls do. We learned that in a professional development that a doctor taught us at school. If you have a boy that gets heated, gets upset, you tell them to go get a drink of water, and it will biologically calm them down. I don't remember the exact details, but it doesn't have the same impact on girls if you tell them to go to the drinking fountain. So yeah, that was interesting. All right, Braxton, dude, what a beard, man. What a beard. Okay, so love it, man. Another bald and bearded club. That looks great. So he's saying my main concern's under my lip. There's some small hairs there, very light. So I'm going to talk about the hairs, and then I want you to talk about that pattern. So those hairs are called vellus hairs, Braxton. Essentially, there's a growth cycle that happens with these hairs. You look pretty young. I'm going to say early 20s or mid 20s would be my guess. Those vellus hairs are going to have to go through a couple of cycles. They will likely latch on, get stronger, longer, darker, thicker as you age. I would not be worried about that right now. I do believe that they would come. I do believe that they will fill in. But the mayor's going to give you some really good perspective on that growth pattern.
When are you talking about growth pattern? You mean underneath the lower lip?
Exactly.
It's a tough spot. You know, again, your age is going to, you're going to have it be thinner than normal, or me at 43, right? But eventually it's going to start growing. The best thing you can do is leave it alone, encourage all the good habits to grow, and eventually when it does get if they're starting to stick out a little bit, just go with it, because they will eventually start to lay down and give you that styling. It takes patience. We learn a lot of the patience from our beards. Braxton, you've got a great look.
Yeah.
So you don't need it.
Yeah.
Take it. Enjoy the ride while you get there.
No one will ever notice that pattern, man. Nobody ever. It's so common. You got an iconic beard, dude. It looks great. Keep growing. I think that your face shape, the size of the density of your beard, suits yourself well for a nice big beard. Nice big beard, man. Looks great. Awesome, guys. What a show.
Great show.
Holy crap. Thank you for sending in. Next week, we need you. We need you guys. Sounds like we already have a couple lined up. Mayor, how do they get involved to do what we just did here? As you guys saw, we're gentle. We want to help you.
Send in your questions with a front-facing photo and a side photo to beardadvicelive@gmail.com. You will hear back from us within the week if you're going to be on the show. Normally you are. And that's about it. Don't forget to attach the photos, and we'll always be nice to you. I got like a weird look here. Why does it look weird from this angle?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's good. I was looking at the side, and I do like how, like Leo pointed out earlier, I think it grew in really nicely. Yeah, really, really, really nicely. So awesome, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Steven. Awesome, guys. We will be back at the CT Barber Expo this year, which is
May 21st, through the 22nd.
That weekend, whatever the Sunday and Monday is. We will be at the CT Barber Expo with Beard Octane. So if you guys are around, 22, yeah, man, you're golden. You're golden, dude. Keep it going. You have a great beard, great genetics. Yep, no doubt about it. Medication, Rob, is a beast, man. There's a lot of medications. The downside is hair loss. Why? It's the exact thing I talked about with your body prioritizing. So, yeah, man. ride it through, get healthy, do the best you can. That's what's going to make a big difference. And rock what you got, man. Yeah, rock what you got. So, yes. Hey, good advice, Roger. Mayor, arm length from the camera. Don't look too close.
I was getting too close.
He's saying you're looking too close at yourself. Too critical. You're talking about how your beard looked. Say, just step back.
Thank you.
It looks good. Looks good. Yeah, it was a compliment. Compliment.
I'm glad you explained it because I was like,
no, it was a
I thought
compliment.
I leaned into the camera.
No.
I'm always doing stuff, guys. It's possible.
He's a mover and a shaker. Lance, thank you for being here, man. You guys, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We've got a great one. We have the old guy in the gym. We got a legendary basketball coach that will be getting interviewed by the mayor on Sunday.
Bob Taylor, his son's on our local basketball team, killing it this year.
Should be Mr. Basketball for the state of Michigan.
He's got a great coaching he's done some amazing coaching at different levels and applied a pretty cool program to his children.
Yep.
And you can
perspective
when you watch his, like, for example, his son, who I've seen play.
Yep.
It's unique.
Yes.
Because he's moving in between. They've literally exploiting a training loophole in the way most players are learning.
Yeah.
Kind of very interesting.
It really is. It really is.
And you can see it.
So hope to see you guys in the chat. I'll be there on Sunday. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Go check out the mayor's trim video from today if you haven't. Even if you don't plan on trimming like that, I think it's interesting. I literally enjoyed it. And on your way out, guys, hit that thumbs up.
I was going to say, guys, yeah, again, another reason you're a big beard guy. I can share some of my thoughts, what I've learned through this journey, something you're going to pick up out of there. Thanks for being here, guys. I will see you on Sunday.
All right, see you guys.